So I thought the result was inconsequential. That being said, the Leafs pull out a 4-3 victory against the Lightning. They take 2 of 3 in the season series. We saw 2 scraps, plenty of scrums, had that playoff feel, and as I mentioned, for a game that didn't matter, I was entertained. And on top of that, no Matthews, Marner, Giordano, and Samsonov. And what more can you say about Joseph Woll? 46 stops in that victory last night.
Yeah, seriously, top to bottom, that team looked good, and it wasn't even our full team. I mean, we had our we had our massive stars sitting up in the press box, and some of our leadership, and it was they had their whole team basically, and that's what you're going to see in the playoffs is that roster right there. And they tried to throw the kitchen sink at the Maple Leafs and set a tone, especially physically. And I think the Leafs matched it just perfectly. And with Perry out there and Bunting, I mean the only concern is like Bunting, you're not going to draw any penalties. He's got to learn that. Just play through shit. I mean, if he didn't fall on his back with his feet up at the rafters, sliding on his back as if getting cross-checked in the back makes you spin onto your back with your legs over your head. I mean, it's fucking obvious to see how silly
I
that is.
know.
Stop diving, play through it, and you're going to get the calls because these guys hate you. They're going to come out and they're going to be doing that kind of stuff to you, and you're going to get the calls if you play through it, as you should. But I think he needs to play that physical role, and I love that he dropped the gloves with Perry last night. And I think he's got to be ready to get in there physically, but not go over the line where you're going to be the one getting the penalty. And his line is moved back because of his reputation, so he's going to have to straddle it even more so and be more cognizant of it. But nonetheless, that aside, I mean, you look at McCabe blocking. Like, look at this. My legs are up in the rafters. I'm doing a somersault spinny thing across the ice. Like it just doesn't happen unless you're trying to. And I would like it if he shed his gloves first and just started feeding his goddamn face with fists, man. Like, you don't put up with that shit. If he's in your face, shed him and start feeding him. But don't try to win with this. Oh, there's a cartwheel thing, or like, but I like everything after that. Like, get Perry's so goddamn good at being the agitator and straddling that line. He knows exactly where it is, and it's fun to watch. It's going to be a wicked series. And finally, this team, the Maple Leafs team, is well matched for the playoffs, and I just think they're the better team, and they're going to have to prove it in a 7-game series. But I'm very excited for this one.